Today, I am booking Bad Blood, potential outcomes, swerves, what ifs, and just, surprises in general. There are 3 things right now that might happen, and how WWE has booked in the past, there are 3 things that I'm just going to get out of the way. We might have a Kevin Owens heel turn. We might have a Randy Orton heel turn, and we might have Raquel Rodriguez returning to help Liv Morgan defeat or beat up Rhea Ripley. Raquel Rodriguez, they have a past. Kevin Owens, he seems to be very passive-aggressive against Cody Rhodes and his newfound team-up with Roman Reigns, and maybe he drops the passive and just gets aggressive. B-E, aggressive. B-E, aggressive. Thank God I'm not full-time yet, because that probably would have lost me 10,000 subscribers. Okay, so Randy Orton seems to be kind of okay and trusting Cody Rhodes, but let's be honest, all Randy Orton needs to turn on somebody is the slightest inconvenience. Randy Orton, he is the Viper for a reason. So those 3 potential outcomes, swerves, whatever you want to call them, they're out of the way. Now let's get to some that aren't really on people's radar. We'll start with Rhea and Liv, but more specifically, Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio, he's going to be in a shark cage, correct? Well, no matter the outcome, whether Rhea wins or Liv wins, the piano note starts playing, the piano note of the Wyatt 6, and they come down as Dominic Mysterio is being lowered, and he gets lowered, he's surrounded by the weirdos and the sickos, not to be confused with Tony Khan's sickos, but he's surrounded by the Wyatt 6, and they take him back, and yes, we have now started the Wyatt 6 versus the Judgment Day feud. That could be interesting. That could definitely be interesting. Just in time for Halloween, just in time for War Games. Let's go. And I want to book myself into being a full-time YouTuber. To do so, I'm holding a contest for this belt. How to win? Comment below, subscribe, maybe hit the notification on the little bell, ding, 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 because that allows you to get my videos whenever they come forward. The more videos you watch and comment on gives me a better chance at going full time, because the algorithm, the almighty YouTube algorithm, will push the video out to the masses, and I would greatly appreciate it. Plus, I just like reading what you guys have to say. I respond to pretty much every comment. I'm just awed by some of the thoughts and conversations you guys have in the comment section. You guys are awesome and amazing, but I would love to give you this belt as well. 10,000 subscribers, I will randomly pull a winner and mail it to you free of charge. Okay, so the next booking idea, it's actually going to be still within the Judgment Day. We got Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, but not just Finn Balor. He's actually fighting the Demon Finn Balor. And this could happen whether or not Dominic Mysterio was taken away by the Wyatt 6. It would be better, though, if the Wyatt 6 did take him away, because that's Finn Balor saying, I gotta fight fire with fire. These guys are creepy. I gotta get creepy. But anyways, and they go at it. Now, I still feel that Damian Priest losing is, oh man, he just became a face, and coming off that world title run, I don't know. I see Finn Balor losing more than Damian Priest just because of how they've been booked, but really, what if? Here's an idea. What if, during the match, Bronson Reed comes out and he destroys Damian Priest? And that allows Finn Balor then to go into a feud with the Wyatt 6 for a little bit, and Damian Priest to go into a feud with Bronson Reed. Because, why did Bronson Reed attack? His reasoning is simple. Somebody ruined my moment on Raw, so I'm going to ruin someone else's moment. He's just a bully, guys. He doesn't really need that much motivation. You hurt him, he hurts anyone. He doesn't care who he hurts. He's just going to hurt somebody in order to make himself feel good. And this might lead to a Damian Seth Bronson Reed feud going forward. And yeah, cool, whatever. Seth Rollins needs to be kind of preoccupied for a little bit until we get to Royal Rumble anyways, so they can go off that direction. And then eventually, Damian Priest and Finn Balor can meet one more time later on as well. So Jey Uso is not on the PLE, but he shows up to support or console Rhea Ripley, depending on the outcome of her match. They're together in the hallway, and guess who happens to pass by? Roman Reigns. That's right, Roman Reigns passes by. They have a tense little stare down. Roman Reigns, he gives a look over of Jey Uso, and then he says, I knew you could do it, Us. And he keeps walking. And Jey Uso doesn't want to feel proud. he wants to hate Roman Reigns, right? Because this is the first time they've seen each other since WrestleMania 40, and he wants to be angry, but he can't help himself but to smile and actually feel very accomplished by what just happened. That is the beginning of the actual Bloodline reuniting right there. Bayley, Nia Jax, I don't really see much happening here. What if we have Nia Jax holding Bayley and Tiffany's about to hit her with the briefcase, she misses, she hits Nia gets pinned, and then, you know, maybe at that point Tiffany, she cashes in on Bayley, wins the title, and she tries to pawn it off like, hey, you know, you can clearly see that Bayley ducked, but I figured, you know, if you weren't going to have the title, let's keep the title between us. That's the only thing I can really see happening. Or maybe Naomi comes to even the odds, and Naomi costs Bayley the match, and those two can go off into a feud because they already are kind of teasing it. So I guess those are my two possible outcomes for the Nia Bayley match. I don't have any real ideas for CM Punk and Drew McIntyre because I think this is going to be a very straightforward match. No one's going off the cell. It's going to be very bloody. The only thing I can see happening is if there's some involvement with AJ Lee, who is CM Punk's wife, who was a former wrestler. That's the only way I can see it even getting more personal if Drew McIntyre either does something really bad to Punk in front of his wife, or Drew McIntyre does something really bad to AJ, but I don't know. I don't see it. I just see this being a very straightforward and awesome violent affair in the Hell in the Cell. So CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, it is what it is with these guys, and that's not a bad thing. It's very, very good, and let's just see this play out to its conclusion. Now we got Roman and Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Many, many branches in the timeline are going to form in the multiverse because of this match. There are so many possibilities, so many outcomes. Straight up, Cody and Roman win. And then we get Jacob Fatu. He's super mad, and he completely destroys Solo Sikoa. He's like, losing has consequences. The Rock comes out and says, I'm now the leader. Jacob, you can lead in my stead. Or that doesn't happen at all. Jacob Fatu, he's super mad, starts beating up Solo Sikoa. Guess who feels some sympathy? Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns saves Solo Sikoa, and he puts down Jacob Fatu for the moment, and now we have Jacob Fatu leading the Bloodline, maybe brings in Hikuleo or Zilla Fatu, and Roman Reigns now is starting to reform the original Bloodline, and he has saved Solo, he has forgiven Solo, and he brings Solo back to the mix. We talked about Randy or Kevin Owens turning on Cody, but what if they both come out with the same intentions, but not knowing? I got this idea from Come At Me Now, one of the viewers, subscribers of the channel. He said, what if Randy and Kevin Owens both turn on Cody, but they didn't know that the other was going to do it? I think that would be kind of funny. Randy Orton's never really had a heel friend unless he was in Legacy or Evolution, but at those points he was either the leader or he was the subordinate. But in this scenario, him and Kevin would be kind of equals as heels. So that happens. Or what if during the match someone else who's upset with Cody for teaming up with Roman comes out, and that's Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is getting everybody off his bucket list on who has wronged him. Monday night, he did it to Bronson Reed, and on Saturday, he does it to Cody. He's like, Cody, look at me. Dude, I lost my championship so we could end this guy, and here you are teaming up with him. So now he's super mad. And then here's the craziest one, which I will end this video with, is what if Roman and Cody win, right? He puts the Ula Fala on, and then he spears Cody Rhodes. I guess I won't end it completely because there's two possible outcomes from this spear. He spears Cody Rhodes, and he's like, I want want your title, and they go off to Crown Jewel and they fight for the title there. But Roman is still kind of a good guy, and he kept his word. They pinned Solo Sikoa and or Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, let's be honest, and that's when the deal was off. Basically, he had his back until the match was won, and now they go off, but Roman stays a good guy. Or the second possibility is, same scenario, they win, Ulafala on, spear Cody Rhodes, and guess what? Jacob Fatu comes in praying to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns then puts up the 1, so does Jacob. The Tongan brothers, they come in, they put up the 1 as well. And now we have Roman and the Bloodline once more. And you might be like, no way that can happen. Roman's too much of a good guy. I mean, yeah, he is, but let's be honest, we knew he was going to come in and there was no way anybody would boo him. So we needed to have him as a good guy for a couple months so we could get the cheering out of our systems, and now he can go back to being a bad guy. And a lot of people don't like to be bad guys because, you know, it hurts their merchandise sales, but not with Roman Reigns. He's an anomaly. He can be a bad guy and still sell the crap out of t-shirts and anything, honestly. And Roman got to where he is as one of the all-time greats, the legends. After years of being booed, he got to where he is because he became the head of the table, the bad guy, the tribal chief. So what if he just goes back to being a bad guy and he's back to being the tribal chief, and then he goes after Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel for the title, and ooh, that would be something. I would love that, actually. I would absolutely love Roman going back to the dark side. I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't think it's going to happen. I honestly believe that if anything happens, it'll be they win, and then he spears Cody, and he goes after Cody as a good guy. But what if? What if? And those are my booking surprises, what ifs, swerves, whatever you want to call them, for Bad Blood. What did you think of the video? Do you think any of those has a inkling of a chance to happening? Which ones do you think will happen? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have any booking ideas, I would love to hear them as well. It's this Saturday, so please get those comments in and have yourselves, guys and girls, a great day.